emotions that has kept humans going since the dawn of civilization. Martin Luther King says, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope, because somehow it is only when it gets dark enough that you can see the star." This morning, I know there's a possibility you're having one challenge or the other, and then it seems as if you're losing hope. I want to tell you this morning that you shouldn't lose hope, because the fact that you're alive this morning is your first miracle, and it means God has a good plan for you this morning. So keep the hope alive. Even as you do so, remember to impact somebody in the little way that you can. Greetings from the hills of ZINARIYA here in the city of Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. If you can hear my voice, it means you're rightly tuned into the frequency meter of Unity 93.3 FM and TV. Today is the 20th day of November 2024, and it is a Wednesday. If you can hear me, it means you are rightly tuned into the right channel this morning. And I would say, don't touch the dial, stick to this channel, as we are about to take you on a ride this morning. It promises to be educative and informative. It is still that your most anticipated political and socio-economic program on the radio, the Unity Train. And of course, you know, we do this program every day of the week: Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on a daily. You can reach us on our social media on Facebook, Unity FM/TV Jos, and on YouTube you can reach us on Unity TV Jos. This morning I am not alone. As usual, you know, I have the backings of some fantastic analysts and humanists that always come here to give us input and analysis as to contemporary issues that we have on ground. This morning I have with me an erudite analyst, one who will lend his voice to the cause of humanity at any point in time without flinching. He is no other person but the voice that you are very familiar with. He comes into the program every week to lend his voice and give input as to certain contemporary issues. He is one that will fight for the rights of women and children at any point in time. He is no other person but the person of Barrister Paul Zaruma. Barrister, you're welcome to the studio this morning.
Thank you, Michael Pedro. Good morning also. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are and when you are receiving this signal. I don't know the weather situation over there. Just is beautiful, peaceful, with a weather of about 22 degrees Celsius. Thank you for having me once again. Pedro, we send our heartfelt condolence to the Nigerian Bar Association. Today is the funeral of Justice Chrysanthus Salon. Yesterday, his wake-up was conducted yesterday. And then today the funeral is scheduled for the corpse will be taken from Air Force Military Hospital morgue by 8 a.m. this morning. Then requiem mass at St. Monica's Catholic Church Rantia. Then interment at Dokantofa Shandam LGA. You know, this announcement was made public by Walshak James Malted, Esquire, the Assistant Secretary of the Nigerian Bar Association. We extend our heartfelt condolence to the judiciary also, and particularly the Chief Judge of Plateau State, as well as the government of Plateau State, over this painful loss. I also use this opportunity, being a midweek program, to extend my love and congratulations to Honorable Makna, member representing Jos Northwest in the Plateau State House of Assembly. He had a successful surgery, and then eventually he had a Thanksgiving on Sunday. I was there in the Thanksgiving. Many people came from different spheres of life and across political parties to come and celebrate this success. We extend our love to him, and then it was a very wonderful and a colorful day on Sunday at Ekwa Church, Janta Mongoro. It was a wonderful service. We had a beautiful service that very day. So we celebrate the member of President in Plateau State. We celebrate his family. His testimony is really an encouragement and motivation for our youth. You know, it's supposed to be written in a book so that many people who feel that they are hopeless will believe that there is hope.
Actually,
you know, he came from a hopeless situation, you know, turned things around and became what he is today. From a very hostile environment. Even at a point in time, you know, in part of his story, his family was even a hostile environment for him. But today he is what he is. He has become a shining star in that family. He has become a shining star in Jos Northwest. He has become a shining star for the youth of Plateau State. We celebrate him and we wish him well.
Congratulations to him this morning. This morning I have a news that is of interest because it concerns us here on the plateau. I'm just going to read it out this morning. It says, Honorable Felix O. Akponku Jr. JP, Senior Assistant to His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mufwan on Igbo Community Affairs, sends condolences to Katako Market fire victim. Honorable Felix O. Akponku JP has expressed heartfelt condolences to those who suffered losses in Katako Market fire in Laronto, Jos, which occurred in the early hours of Monday. He is deeply saddened by the devastation caused to traders and business owners. He applauded the quick action of Honorable Barrister J.K. Chris, Chairman of Jos North Local Government, for ensuring the fire service acted promptly to limit the damage. Honorable Felix O. Akponku JP also commended the Executive Governor of Plateau State and President of Barrister Caleb Mufwan for personally visiting the scene of the incident, showing the government's concern and commitment to supporting the affected traders. He assured victims that recovery assistance will follow to help them rebuild their businesses and shops too. He thanked everyone who worked tirelessly to put off the fire. It shows unity and cordial relationship amongst all tribes, acknowledging their selflessness and praying for blessings upon them. Honorable Felix O. Akponku urged the fire service and relevant authority to investigate the cause of the fire to prevent such incidents from happening again. From media team of Honorable Felix O. Akponku JP, SSA, to His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mufwan, Executive Governor of Plateau State, on Igbo Affairs.
Yes,
incidents of
it's quite unfortunate. We from this desk also extend our heartfelt we really sympathize with those people in Katako Market. It is quite unfortunate that this fire incidents in Katako Market has been a perennial issue.
It has become a thing of concern.
Way back, you know, I remember those days that were in primary school. I attended Nawai Rodin Primary School close to Katako Market, just sharing fence with Katako Market. Where even before I finished my primary school, we have had more than 4 fire incidences in Katako Market. So this is quite unfortunate that no drastic and specific measure that the government has taken to curtail this fire incidents, and up till now I have reached this level where I'm still hearing about fire incidents in Katako Market. And all through these sad incidences, people have been losing their lives, people have been losing their property, you know, people have been, so it's quite unfortunate.
Really unfortunate.
You know, over 100 and something shops being burnt, and even in the face of this difficulty that is being confronted this country, you know, it's quite unfortunate that this unfortunate incident is still happening. Something else drastic has to be done about Katako Market. And early report revealed that as at the time they contacted the fire service to come and salvage the situation, that many of the vehicles were not actually ready at that time, that the fire had to be quelled by the intervention of the fire service truck at the government house, which is very, very are unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate.
Yes, if
it's
the
really,
fire,
really unfortunate.
because from the fire service to Katako market, it's not up to 3 to 4 minute drive.
Yes.
So you can see.
We expect prompt response.
Yes, the response would have been actually, by the nature and the work of fire service is an emergency work. So whenever people approach the fire service, and then again, this is usually the season where we have these incidents of fire. Way back when I was in primary school,
yes. Usually
this dry season. So, and then, the fire service should have been on red alert. It is a failure on part of the fire service. We must say this. If there is something that needed to be done about Plateau State Fire Service, the necessary thing has to be done. You cannot say a distance of about 3 to 4 minutes from Katako Market to Plateau State Fire Service headquarters here, and then somebody is relying for a vehicle that will come from the government house.
And
how come that the vehicle,
the
fire service truck in the government house is functional, while that is supposed to serve the public is not functional? That is also a disservice.
It is.
It is a terrible disservice, and this has been a dismal occurrence in almost every sphere of our social endeavor in this country, which is quite unfortunate. We have to, our leaders have to be servant leaders, and their leadership should be purposeful. The fire service shouldn't just be there wearing red paint and then wearing uniform and receiving salary, and they're not actually meeting up to their responsibility. There should be a total whole. Someone should take responsibility, and drastic action should be taken to avert some of these things. And then a market like Katako, just like I earlier stated, that since in 80s it has been having this issue of fire incident. I think there should also be a fire service truck or a substation should be positioned somewhere around there too. That will also serve as a check and help in checking some of these things. 100 and something shops. How many families are affected?
I remember when terminals used to be very functional. There used to be a fire service station there.
It has ripple effect. I'm telling you, 100 and something shops in this economic difficulty. It is very painful, Michael Pedro. It is a very sad one. We shouldn't. Some of these things are avoidable. No matter what. And then another question is, in the market, don't they have security? If the security had alerted the relevant authority on time or has raised alarm on time, would this have escalated? When we are talking about 100 and something shops, we are not talking about 3 or 4 shops. So, and then it takes time for fire to consume such number of shops. So it appears that something is not adding up. It appears there is an I that is not dotted and there is a T that is not crossed. So an investigation should be carried out, and it should not be swept under the carpet. The white paper should be implemented, and then to avert a future occurrence. Katako market is very strategic timber market in Plateau State. It is not only feeding Plateau State with timber produce, it is also feeding neighboring state with timber produce.
Very true.
So
very true.
it has a very long history of supplying timber produce even to neighboring state. So we shouldn't take it for granted. It's also a revenue hub for Plateau State. Particularly just not.
It is.
So something drastic and should be done about the incidents, recurring decimal of fire incidents in Katako market.
Barrister, I think right now that the terminus is not fully functional, our attention has been shifted to places like Katako and Faringada markets, and these places should be given the key attention they need in order to avoid certain occurrences from happening. It is very unfortunate. I will delve directly or straight into the newspaper headlines this morning, and the first newspaper I'm going to be looking into is going to be the TG News. It has this to say: it says, life for us is fast becoming Hobbesian. Short, nasty and brutish. Gongola people rise against systemic injustice. NERC orders discos to replace old meters free of charge. Nigeria's moral icon deserves respect. A fairy response to the presidency. That's from Dr. Addo defending Obasanjo. Nigeria's judges are most corrupt, biggest bribe takers. NBS UN reports. General Musa raises alarm, says some influential individuals are frustrating FG efforts to end terror. Tinubu seeks approval for fresh 1.77 trillion loan to support 2024 budget. Greedy politicians avoid churches criticizing corruption on Naikon. That is from TG News. You would agree with me, Barrister, that TG News is fast becoming a print media outlet that is really doing good, very current, and their news are usually very, very recent. This one has to say, the Matrix has this to say, it says, as G20 membership continues to elude Nigeria, South Africa takes over leadership of bloc. Defense headquarters confirms death of 5 soldiers. Attack, painful reminder of callousness of Boko Haram insurgency. That was Zulum. Terrorists ambush NSCDC team. 7 officials missing. Troops, armed forces of Nigeria shall not be deterred. That is the defense headquarters. Tinubu seeks National Assembly approval for 1.77 trillion. Okay, I took that on the other newspaper. Senate holds valedictory section for late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. Ahead of aggregate chairmanship election, Akinyemi calls for open debate. That was the Matrix. And then the Telegraph has this to say, INEC promotes 1,731 staff, reinforces commitment to clearer development. Senate raises alarm as Auditor General reports uncovers 105.6 billion fraud in MDAs. 10 Nigerians, 90 other foreigners executed in Saudi Arabia, Amnesty International, AFP. Nigeria's debt burden to hit 123.437 trillion as Tinubu seeks 1.767 trillion loan. It's quite unfortunate. I don't know why my attention is going to two of these headlines this morning.
Well, actually, I also want to talk about the corruption in the judiciary. NBS and UN has given their report, and the report is usually factual. It is not this kind of concocted report. Most of the reports that is coming from NBC and UN is usually it's a factual report, and then again, even we that were in the system, we can attest to that. The glory of the judiciary is gradually going down, and something must be done drastic to salvage the judiciary. It used to be the last hope of the common man, but the question people are still asking, does it still remain the last hope of the common man? This is the question that people are really indeed asking. That is not to suggest that there are no better judges, no God-fearing judges, no firm judges, but it appears the bad ones are gradually taking over. Michael Pedro, it may interest you to know that now after the election in Ondo State, as at the time the Chief Judge and the President of the Court of Appeal will be setting up a panel of judges that will serve as panelists for the election petition tribunal. You could see some judges lobbying, to be, so when you see judges lobbying to become panelists of election petition tribunal, you know that of course it is all about vested interests. It's about corruption. It's about personal benefit. It's no longer about justice. Because if actually you want to serve justice, that is not even a place that you will go. In fact, they will have to push you and force you to go there. Because anytime you go to work on the election petition, the pressure from both parties is high. So nobody will want to be subjected to such kind of pressure. But when you see judges lobbying to be there, it's quite unfortunate, and something drastically has to be done. Recently, the NJSC had meeting, and then the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kekere, passed a lot of punitive measures against some erring judges, which was very laudable and commendable. You know. Of recent, we have now had this number of judges that have been punished. And then also this sanitation shouldn't also stop at judges alone. The NBA should also look within house, because before you become a judge, you have to first of all be a lawyer.
A lawyer, yeah.
Yes, so
It's
there are so many things that there are many people that character-wise they are not even fit or suitable to be in the legal profession. You know, it is unheard of in those days that you hear lawyers eating his client's money, or you hear lawyer diverting money that were not meant for him. Even during a seminar, the chairman of the EFCC also indicts lawyers. In fact, you know, I don't like the language he used. Even he sounded very harsh, but at least he was saying the truth. He was, you know, some of the factors he pointed at, because he is pointing on how some lawyers are collaborating with politicians to siphon public funds in the name of clientele. You know, he mentioned some of the strategy they are being used. It's quite unfortunate, you know. Recently, I had to handle a case pro bono for a female, a widow. You know, that when her husband lawyer had that the husband is demised, you know, he ate the husband's money. Unfortunately, a third party was aware of the transaction. He informed her, you know. She wrote to the appropriate organization. They did nothing about it. Even when I filed the case in court, the judge asked me, is the appropriate organization aware? You know, I told him, yes, we have a letter that was written to the appropriate organization, but nothing was done about it. So we are compelled to come to court. This is quite unfortunate, you know. Is the judiciary still the last hope of the common man? We are calling of leaders of conscience that they are still in the legal profession. They should come up and stand, you know. Michael Pedro, almost every sector of the society that the ordinary person is trying to hold on to is falling. Everything is collapsing. You know, like we are becoming like things fall apart when the center can no longer hold. The judiciary ideally should be the center. I was listening to a keynote address by one of the former justices of the Supreme Court. She seriously lamented that, you know, when she lamented this issue of corruption. She said at a point in time, politicians were not even interfering with the activities of the judiciary. But when they make landmark decisions like that of Anambra during Peter Obi, make the landmark decisions like that of Edo State when Adams Oshomole was returned the governor of Edo State, that was when the searchlight was beamed on the judiciary by the politician, and that was how the politicians started plotting how to hijack the judiciary. And then as if
they've succeeded to some extent.
You know, there is an hijack of virtually all institutions that's supposed to preserve democracy. You know, our anti-democratic element masquerading as Democrats has hijacked those institutions,
you know,
particularly the institution of the judiciary. Something drastic has to be done. We need judges that actually fears God, that sincere, they are principle. And when we are talking about fearing God, we are talking about principle, because we have seen atheists that believe in justice. Unfortunately, we are in a country that everybody, on Friday we run to the mosques, and then on Sunday we rush to the churches, blocking roads and doing all sorts of gymnastic and drama. But you know, you don't see those righteousness reflecting. That also drives us to the fact that they said Nigeria is the most religious country in the world at a point in time. I don't know if Nigeria still maintain can I call it reputation or disreputation? But be that as it may, that was a kind of, they are trying to ridicule us, because, you know, Nigeria is a country, you go to motor park, people wake up and start preaching, you go anywhere, noise very early in the morning, horn speakers are already blaring noise all over in the name of religion. On Fridays, crossover nights and all sorts of night vigils and different kind of religious gathering. But these things are not actually reflected in our lives. Countries that doesn't even believe God, countries that even are known into idol worshipping, are even doing better morally and in terms of justice and fairness than Nigeria. So something is fundamentally wrong, and something, you know, while driving in, I was listening to a sport program that recently CAF nominated, about how many referees to be placed on permanent secretary and be subjected to constant training. And unfortunately, among the referees, no single Nigerian was mentioned. It is quite unfortunate. When you look at almost every institution has been bastardized, hijacked by the politician, bastardized and made useless, and that is very, very dangerous.
We have permitted a lot of things, and then it has become a norm over a long period of time that Nigerians now are positioned in are being placed in a position whereby we are not perceived like people that can get anything right. Both locally we see ourselves that way, and internationally we are perceived that way. It's very, very unfortunate. That I would want you to throw a little light as to the issue of judiciary. I want to have a little understanding what happens to the checks and balance and all. But then before we come back, before we do that, we'll go on a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to be having that conversation. Please stay tuned.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Pay attention, it starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It kill love, it kill dreams. It land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was saying things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you.
All right, thank you so much. It's a beautiful morning in the city of Jos, and of course it's another Wednesday morning where we give you everything happening in the world of sport. It's Sports Wave on Unity Train. It comes your way every Wednesday. We dissect everything happening in the world of sports. Of course, it's a wonderful morning once again, and my name is Oluwafemi Aremu. I'll be taking you around the exciting world of sport between now and the next 25 minutes. Of course, do well to stay tuned to this wonderful edition this morning. Well, this morning we have a lot of interesting stories to talk about, starting from the home scene, just in case you miss out. The Super Eagles of Nigeria during the course of the week, talking about on Monday, of course, lost out to Rwanda in the last game of the qualification series for the Morocco 2025 qualification AFCON. They lost out to Rwanda 2-0. Of course, that one ended there. And of course, also in the world of tennis this morning, it's a big one as Rafael Nadal finally called it a quit in the world of tennis. Definitely the greatest, one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, one of the greatest of all time in the world of tennis, talking about Rafael Nadal. Finally call it a quit as he lost out to his opponent yesterday in the Davis Cup. Also it's in the MPFL. Definitely we'll talk about match 12, what happened, of course, and how that has affected the standing on the log of the MPFL. That is it. Also, Ademola Lookman makes final 5 nominees for the African Cup of the African Footballer of the Year award. Of course, we'll let you know about that. Also, a lot of interesting stories. Quickly, starting with Rafael Nadal. Of course, that is in the world of tennis. Rafael Nadal, just like I said, suffer a defeat in Davis Cup as retirement looms. Rafael Nadal, one of the greatest tennis player in history, lost 6-4, 6-4 to Dutchman Dottie van der Zandskop in the Davis Cup's quarterfinal. This could be his last professional match as he plans to retire after Spain run in the tournament ends. The 22 Grand Slam champion has been a cornerstone for Spanish tennis, helping Spain with the Davis Cup 5 times. That's in the year 2004, 2008, 2009, 2011 and 2019. However, his last match his latest match in Malaga marked the end of Nadal's 29-match winning streak in the competition. Nadal, who is now 38 years old, has struggled with fitness, having not played a competitive match in 113 days before yesterday match. And of course, his last official outing was at the Paris Olympic in August, where he lost to Novak Djokovic in the second round. Of course, Rafael Nadal definitely is going to be missed in the world of tennis. Well, for Rafael Nadal, it was a really interesting one. Yesterday we saw the way the crowd was happy, and of course most of them were in tears. Finally Rafael Nadal has called it a quit in the world of tennis. But leaving there quickly, this morning let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Of course, the studio line will be open shortly in order to hear your conversation or rather your contribution about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Of course, losing out to Rwanda by 2-1. Of course, the qualification series ended on a very disappointed note, losing at home to Rwanda. Definitely, that was not a really good one for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But just in case you miss out on that news, talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria versus Rwanda, that one ended in favor of Rwanda, 2-1. Of course, it was a comeback. Nigeria was on the score sheet first before Rwanda got the equalizing goal and of course the winning goal. But how did that happen? Nigeria Super Eagles concluded their African Cup of Nations Group D qualification with a shocking 2-1 loss to Rwanda. The match held on Monday in Uyo, Akwai with Bomb State showcased the underdogs' resilience as Rwanda side came from behind to secure victory. However, Nigeria had already qualified for the AFCON 2025 in Morocco, finishing top of the group with 11 points. Samuel Chukwueze gave Nigeria the lead in the 59th minute, delighting the home crowd. Rwanda, however, quickly responded with a equalizing goal in the 72nd minute. Just 3 minutes later, Innocent completed the comeback, sealing a memorable win for Rwanda. Of course, the first half ended goalless, with both teams missing opportunities to take control. In In the second half, Nigeria's early dominance faltered as Rwanda capitalized on defensive lapses, and of course, with that was how they get the winning goal and the equalizing goal. Yes, for Rwanda, they were not able to qualify. Unfortunately for them, despite the win, they were not able to qualify for Morocco 2025. It was a Benin Republic, Benin Republic and the Super Eagles of Nigeria who were able to make it to Morocco come the year 2025. That is next year. Of course, what's your take concerning the Super Eagles of Nigeria outing against Rwanda? And of course, that outing has spiked up a lot of conversation again about the same man. Of course, talking about Austin Eguavoen. Do you think he is the right man to go ahead and take on the Super Eagles of Nigeria going into the World Cup qualification series? Or you think the NFF should appoint a foreign coach, a foreign head coach as quickly as possible? Of course, what's your take concerning that topic at 070323533 That will be the studio line to join the conversation shortly. Call it again, 070323533 Yes, just like I said, Austin Eguavoen for the qualification series, the World Cup qualification series, or you think the NFF should act quickly and appoint a foreign coach or a new head coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to be in the dugouts whenever the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be in action? Just so you know, that game on Monday was is the last game of the year for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. There is no longer international break. That was the last international break for the year 2024. Yes, 070323533 is the studio line to join the conversation. Yes, leaving there quickly, let's talk about the MPFL match week 12. What happened during the course of match week 12 in the MPFL? Definitely, that was an interesting round of fixtures. We saw some interesting matches. We saw some interesting matches away from home. But talking about that, quickly, let's let you know that in the MPFL, definitely it has been an interesting match week so far. But key results in the MPFL, and of course the standing, let's let you know the standing updates. Match week 12 of the Nigeria Professional Football or Nigeria Premier Football League MPFL brought excitement and of course surprises as we saw some teams battle for vital points. Also, quickly let's let you know the results. Economy Warriors versus Niger Tornadoes. That one ended 1-0 in favor of Economy Warriors, who secure a narrow win over Niger Tornadoes, and of course they continue their strong home form. For Economy Warriors, definitely the side coming from the NNL, and of course they'll be doing pretty well. Big ups to them, and of course and their coach. Let's hear this call out this morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. This is Adewumi calling from Bocho.
Good to have you on the show this morning, Mr. Adewumi.
Thank you very much. You see, I think this morning the match we played day before yesterday was disappointing. A lot of people, even if we have qualified, at least we would have played better than what we have played. Even if we started on the score sheet. When you see the Nigerian Super Eagles playing football as if they don't need the game. But honestly speaking, Nigerians are used to winning ways. At least they don't even win for ordinary Rwanda coming to Uyo and beating us at home. Honestly speaking, most of Nigerians are not happy. Imagine if Libya were not able to even beat Rwanda. What will we be doing? You understand?
Yes.
So this is one of the things that we begin to talk about this Gabon. We begin to have some benefit of doubt about him even taking us to the AFCON. Even if he has qualified us, he has done well. But honestly speaking, the same thing that happened during, I think, when we went for the AFCON, when Tunisia were able to beat us. You understand?
Yes.
That they were able to defeat us 1-0. That was a similar thing that occurred, that we will begin to play as if we don't want to play even during the first Nation Cup before the one we came second. You understand? So honestly speaking, Gabon, if he will not be able to deliver, whether we look for a technical coach. After all, he's an interim now. I think that was the major reason why even NFF allow him to even remain as interim coach. So let us stop playing politics around this issue of putting a coach for the Super Eagles. I think the government also needs to do more. If they are talking the other day, they were talking about more the finance they needed to to get a technical coach. What after all, the president has even removed the minister of sport and came up with another. Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. President.
Yes.
So if the minister of sport has been reshuffled, and the government even helps to pump in money to the NFL, at least we can get it right as a super. Why do you go see the way we used to see them before? Honestly speaking, because imagine the World Cup qualifiers now. It's a 50-50 thing now. Even if the Finai has not done well for us, or even Gabon going on with the way we are playing, honestly speaking, I don't think it will be very good for us. It's better they get us a foreign coach. Now, if we can get a foreign coach and we work with the Gabon, we will be very happy because we will not like to see that the nation ball will be like that of the past of Kayatarwa, when we were able to get to the final, but the intimidation of players also made Nigeria not to even carry the pass in last after. So let us see what we can do about it. I pray that we will be able to qualify for the World Cup because we are still interested in qualifying. We have not given up on the World Cup. I know it's a 50-50 thing, so I strongly believe we will qualify. But let our players do well. Honestly speaking, for Gabon, let them change the tactics and the way let him get more playmakers. We have a starting 11. I want to see a starting 11 in the Super League. We'll be happy when Nigerians are used to seeing Nigerians winning always. We know that football is black and white, but let them do the right thing. Thank you, and God continue to bless you for your good work.
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful contribution, Mr. DOMIN. Of course, okay, we have another caller this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Benedict is coming from Canada.
Good to have you on the show this morning, Mr. Benedict.
Thank you. You see, just to follow me start from the last qualifying match Nigeria played here in Nigeria. You see, I would just urge my fellow Nigerians and fellow football fans in Nigeria to just calm down. They should calm down, honestly, because I firmly believe that despite the fact that it's very, very painful that our national team lost at home to a new football-rated side, that the national team of Rwanda have forgotten their name. But then, I firmly believe that if Nigeria has needed a win to qualify for the coming AFCON, I think I can bet anybody that Nigeria will definitely qualify. Even if that match is played in the neutral ground or even away, away from home, anywhere and anytime, I can assure Nigerians that. So, for the fact that Nigeria lost that match doesn't mean that we're going to introduce and not part of the qualifying of the World Cup. Only the fact that even if you also understand that I'm not actually waiting for the coach. I believe that he's doing his best. But the important thing that he has qualified already for the AFCON.
True.
And most of our key players were not featured for one reason or the other in this last match. So I think we still have let us still give a time to the existing coach and let us see what is actually able to do that because if you are asking, if you don't collectively start asking for a very coach taking this time will come again, we are going to also ask him to come back again because the current coach will not last forever. Even if Gabon will not also last forever in that particular position. But the most important thing is that let us see if there's any reason why he's going to be sacked, let it be proven beyond any level that was for me. As it is now, this is my opinion now, I think it is too harsh. We need to start asking for his sack because he has qualified us already, and then he is also doing well, as long as I am concerned. That is when it comes to the issue of this particular issue of AFCON. So let us give him more time because if we're giving him a new coach now, he's going to make preparation for the AFCON, he's going to make preparation for the World Cup qualifications, and so many things. I don't know, eventually he's going to do it. So I actually strongly believe for so many reasons that I cannot really put out there that the government should continue having his national team for now. Based on it is approving beyond any level that he has to go. And away from that, please, quickly before I drop, on the issue of the Nigerian race, not actually nominated to the AFCON matches, it is a very, very big shape. You know, the program this morning, a wonderful way to that program was actually addressing the reason why, in telling us how shameful it is that small countries like Djibouti, small countries like Chad, small countries of Africa, most of their referees have been nominated and have been concentrated on the upcoming AFCON in 2025. And Nigeria, the contrary opinion, if you ask me. Now, most of these referees, when they go to future matches away or to the home matches, they fear for their lives. The benefit in football in Nigeria has not been taken. People have not been truly punished. Both the players, both the fans, and the security men have not been given adequate protection to all these referees. We see that people in the field of play, in the field, 12 matches are still going on. They start to just come and be pointed at the referee and wanting to beat the referee.
All right, Mr. Benedict, round up your thoughts.
So it is also incumbent on the Nigerian government, on the Nigerian Football Association, to make sure that adequate security is provided for this referee. And again, when they actually there, we should be able to have a sensible reason to hold them responsible for the action on the field of play. And sometimes, this is referees, this is the FA, so the referees are actually trapping the game and making the whole show of the game. Single them out and punish them. Single them out, I won't say it again, and punish them. But when you allow all these things to don't fly, I'll keep everything on the carpet, and the referee comes to collect grab, and sometimes go for their last and then officiate match, in a row group. Sometimes you blame them, and sometimes you blame the FA, you blame the security agencies, you blame the whole thing, because for me to officiate match, and again, I want what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to do, again, my life is in danger, I think I'm going to rather save my life. It's not any other job.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Benedict. That was a really interesting conversation there. Yes, talking about the MPFL match week 12 quickly. Let's round up as, of course, we saw Kano Pillars and Heartland of Owerri played out a 2-2 draw. All right, let's hear this caller out quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning, sir.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My name is Ilyasu from British America.
All right, quickly, you have 30 seconds.
Thank you very much. I'm very interested about this program. But the issue is this: we always keep on clamoring about coach, but still coach doesn't play football. We have those players already ready-made. So what his duty is just to assemble them. And these are people that are not serious with their country assignment. If you remember, Neymar said something last or year about. He said Nigerian players are playing very good football with their respective teams, but they don't play for their country.
True.
Yes, somebody from another country because you have enough for the country. So please, let's talk about players. We can keep on changing coaches. Do you want Jesus to come and coach us? We keep on changing coaches forward. Let's talk to the players. Let's look for good players. Amokachi said some time back that these people are collecting money from the players, and nobody in Nigeria talk about investigation of that allocation. So we should stop blabbering about coaches. All the people who are assembling in Nigeria, we don't even have single coach that we trust. Thank you very much. That is my message.
All right. Thank you so much for that contribution. Looking at another direction of the conversation. All right, talking about MPFL, Abia Warriors and Enyimba played out a 1-0 draw, and of course, it was Bayelsa United versus Katsina United who also played out a 1-0 draw. Ikorodu City defeated Shooting Stars by 2-1. Of course, interesting one there in Lagos, and of course, Kwara United defeated Plateau United by 2-0, while Nile Rangers International defeated Bende Insurance by 3-2. That was a really interesting match there. Remo Stars versus Rivers United played out a goalless draw, and of course, Sunshine Stars versus Lobby Stars ended 1-0 in favor of Sunshine Stars. Akwai United defeated Nasarawa United by 1-0. And of course, the standing, looking at the top 5, currently Remo Stars are top of the log with 23 points. Rivers United are second on the log with 22 points, and of course Enyimba are third on the log with 20 points, closely followed by Rangers International, who are fourth on the log with 19 points, and Academy Warriors are also fifth on the log with 19 points, a big one for them. Of course, we wonder where Plateau United are currently, that lost at home to Kwara United, or that lost away from home to Kwara United, has left Plateau United languishing somewhere in the relegation zone. Of course, are currently seated at 17th on the log with just 12 points. Definitely, that's a bad one for Plateau United. We hope as time goes on, they'll be able to improve and build on such results, or rather build on good results in order for them to move ahead on the standing of the MPFL standing. Leaving there quickly, talking about officiating for the CAF tournament coming up in Morocco. Well, my own opinion on that conversation, definitely I have a lot of reservation on that. But looking at the Nigeria referees are not being called up for CAF tournament, definitely you ask yourself, why is that a country big as Nigeria not getting a single official, or rather a single referee for a big tournament in Africa? You ask yourself, what is really going on? It all boils down to our league, of course. If you might ask me, well, officiating from the leagues has not been really impressive, even though they have been a bit impressive, especially this season. We've seen away results, we've seen teams going away to pick up maximum points. But you ask yourself, these officials, how equipped are they? Of course, how really professional are they when in decision making, especially in controversial decision making? Just so you know, this is the first, or rather, we've just introduced communication gadgets in our league. Of course, when we have some countries who have moved beyond that. I mean, so you ask yourself, if these referees don't have the gadget, they don't have the tools in order for them to officiate properly, then definitely CAF will look. We assume that they are not professional. I mean, they don't have these tools, they don't have these gadgets, and in order for them to officiate at the highest level, so it will leave them with no choice than to leave out Nigerian officials, of course. And also, it also boils down to these referees. Which courses have they taken? I mean, how have they improved their referees? How will I put it? How have they improved in their referees? Have they taken some courses? Did they have the license? Are they CAF licensed referee? I mean, it's a lot of conversation there. We'll definitely look out. We'll definitely take out time on other editions to talk extensively on this issue of Nigeria referee missing out when it comes to CAF tournaments. But quickly, before we leave the studio, this morning, let's let you know that in the CAF Women's Champions League, Edo Queens are finally out of the tournament after losing out to TP Manzabe in 3-1 in the semi-final. It was a really good run for the Edo Queens. Of course, they defeated the defending champions in the quarterfinals. It was a late show comeback from the girls, but unfortunately, they were not able to make it beyond the semi-finals. Of course, it was a good outing on my own side for Edo Queens, and of course, they will definitely build on that when it comes to the next year edition for Edo Queens. Wishing them the very best of luck coming back to Nigeria. Also, quickly, let's let you know that we are going to, or rather in the European scene, we saw Buffon, who has come out to say that Neymar deserves to win 5 Ballon d'Or. Well, I'm definitely going to leave you in that for you to decide that. Do you think Neymar deserves to have win 5 Ballon d'Or? Well, that's really a big one coming from Buffon. Well, this is the much we take on today's episode of Sports Wave on Unity Train. Big ups to all our callers out there and everyone at the other side listening to us and also streaming us live on Facebook. It's been a wonderful ride with you guys. Do well to stay tuned to the next segment of Unity Train on Unity FM. I've been your wonderful host, Oluwafemi Aremudu. Have a wonderful day and stay out of trouble. I'm out for now.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody.
Everybody needs some love.
You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It kill love, it kill dreams. It land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was saying things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here.
From that short commercial, welcome back from that short commercial, that short break we just had. The last segment was Unity Train Sport Wave, and it was anchored by Olufemi Aremu. That was a wonderful analysis from Olufemi Aremu on that very segment. And this morning, if you can still hear me, it means you're rightly tuned into the frequency meter of Unity 93.3 FM and TV, and it is still that's your program on the radio, the Unity Train. Before we went on the break, before the Unity Train Sport Wave, we had conversations around contemporary issues that are happening in our political landscape, and the barrister had a lot to say this morning, even though we were not able to fully do justice to a lot of issues on ground. Like, for example, the fact that 10 Nigerians were executed in Saudi Arabia is something worth commending, but then we were not able to say anything about it. In a country whereby things are hard, what do you expect? Nigerians will leave Nigeria for other countries. The Jackpot syndrome is becoming a problem for us. We are leaving for other countries where we think we are going to get a better life, a greener pasture. Unfortunately, we go there, and then the spirit, that's spirit of how do I call it, lawlessness goes with us, because I don't see a reason why Nigerians should be executed in other countries if not for one crime or the other. And then here we have the Lakurawas, we have the Boko Haram, we have the bandits, and then we are giving them amnesty. We are not doing anything about them. Nothing is happening. Meanwhile, other countries are not tolerating our excesses. And I see the reason why Nigerians are tolerating too much excesses from these people from other countries that are coming to disturb the peace of this country and thereby causing us to suffer to this level. Again, there's this interest this morning that I would have wanted the barrister to talk about, but unfortunately, because of time, we could not talk about it. The issue of going to borrow money, again, despite the fact that our debt profile is more than we can pay in years, is something worth commending. 1.767 trillion again in loan. And the debt servicing of these loans is the reason why we have not been able to look to other sectors or diversify our economy, because a lot is going out. If you look at the budget, 2025 budget, a lot of money is going into debt servicing. But unfortunately, this is where we have found ourselves. We will not keep quiet, we'll keep talking. The phone lines are open for you to call in and give your inputs and submissions, because I know, just like me in the studio, you have a lot to say this morning. And I am not going to stop you from saying that. I'm not going to deny you of the right to do that. That is why we're here in the studio. So you can call in and give those inputs, those submissions, and believing that the appropriate authorities are listening to you. If you want to call 07032353315. I have my first caller in the house already. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Barrister in the house. My name is Who They Do Us, calling from Terminus.
Good morning, Who They Do Us. You have the floor.
My brother, and I government they do us. So what I want to say the issue of this borrowing of money. I don't see the reason why our president is a president going to borrow, and the so-called Senate they are supporting. I don't understand the kind of borrowing of this country. Whereby people are, when Mr. President was contesting, he said that we will start where the army stop. And Nigerians are clapping hands for him, but now look at what is happening. How can you come and tell us with this achievement, you still want to go and borrow? The ones they borrow, what did they have done with it? All the money that the federal government has borrowed, past administration, that lead Nigeria into this mess. What have they done with it? And Mr. President coming to the power again and started where Mr. Buhari stop and continue borrowing. Where we want the money they are borrowing, what are they doing with it? Not to push Nigeria more hardship, more trauma, more pain, more agony. I don't understand this one too. The so-called judiciary, they will keep quiet. The so-called senators, they keep quiet. The house of assembly, the lawmakers. That was why when you go to Southeast now, they are saying that nothing like court will hold us. They are pursuing them like when they are pursuing snakes to destroy, to kill. That is why they are doing Southeast now. Because when you have to say lawyers are not ready to protect, they are not ready to judge. All they are not in their pocket. God bless you. Bless our country, Nigeria. Bless our plateau.
Thank you, Who They Do Us. God bless you. It's unfortunate that Nigerians will get to the point where they no longer believe in their judiciary. The judiciary that is believed to be the last hope of the common man. If the judiciary will not stand for the average Nigeria, as Nigerians are beginning to see it, who or where then can we run to?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you. Your name and where you're calling from?
I am Bashir.
One time Dankoli. Good morning. Good morning, Bashir Dankoli.
Yes. Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning.
We appreciate. I want to contribute my opinion this morning about these political issues. You see, we take it from the federal level to the state level up to the local level. You see, we are living in Nasarawa Go. And we are expecting to see a little benefit of politics. Narabusagi and a lot of votes are coming out from that side. And there is no single Suna or borehole. We are running short of water. No water. We are our representatives. We are calling on them if they are hearing us. Please let them come and assist us here what we are doing. We are coming out to vote. So let us see our benefit. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you. I believe the appropriate authority are listening to you. You've been emphasizing on this very issue of having a street light, solar street light, for over a time now. I remember you did the same thing yesterday and you're still doing it. Don't keep quiet. Keep lending your voice, saying what you need in your community, because I believe that the right authorities are listening to you, and with time you're going to get a swift response as to your demands. Before I take another call, let me take one text message. This one says, good hazy morning to you, Pedro, Barrister Zaruma and others. May the soul of our neighbors rest in peace. May the achiever be blessed. The fire incident of Katako is unfortunate. Free meter provision, a welcome idea. M. Lawal Giwa from Sabon Pegi. M. Lawal Giwa, thank you for that text message. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from? Okay, Mr. Judsad. Good morning, sir.
My brother, you know, what you're witnessing in this things are very, very alarming. Every day passing, about our civil defense board member yesterday were killed, bandits in Kaduna State.
Yes.
Soldiers lost their life. We defended today in the Muslim in Boko Haram. And our number one daddy is talking of borrowing another money. This money that we are borrowing, what are they doing with it? What that they borrow, are they fixed as refinery with it? Are they put our security system in order with it? Where are they borrowing this so much amount of money that will bring problems to Nigeria in the near future?
It is already a problem.
That even your unborn or our unborn children are owing debt. Then they don't know even they borrow. Even me, I don't know what they are done with the money that they borrow. That I'm paying more than 613,000 in this hardship. My brother, I don't really know. You know, when we talk, when we speak, we say that we are attacking the government of APC. Not that we are attacking the government of APC, but we are not doing the needful. My brother, Nigerians are even made them take us back to 2014. It will be more better for us. I don't know if they can let me do that. Nigerians will be very, very happy. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for that input. Thank you for that, your submission. It is really, really disheartening. Nigerians are not happy with the status quo. I said the status quo because it has become a reoccurring decimal. It is happening and happening again. So,
good morning, my friend.
Good morning, sir.
And everybody in the studio. I wish you and Amika Ike Kalu calling you from Olgudu.
Musa Ike Kalu, good morning. You have the floor, sir.
My brother, when you hear from the barrister, I said any institution is supposed to hold on is falling apart. That's a thing of concern to any serious Nigeria.
Very true.
When we talk about systematic failure, Nigerians should get back to their senses and know what we talk about systematic failure. You see, today, for me, anybody who has an opportunity to correct any wrong doing and is not able to do it, he will still come out and face me and you and join the same thing we are doing.
True.
Look at the way the former head of state of Bakanjo and Atiku Abubakar, the way they have been working like an ordinary citizens in Nigeria, as if they never had an opportunity. These are the same people who conducted the election that brought in Yaradua. And Yaradua, being our president, to make it clear and said that the system that brought him in is corrupt. He will do all possible means to correct it. These are the same people who removed the subsidy on diesel and kerosene. Can today me and you buy kerosene as an ordinary citizen?
Unfortunately,
these are the same people who sold NEPA, and today they protected $16 billion that cannot be given account of. What are we talking about? Today they have gone to America, telling Nigeria this is what is happening. This is, we visit America that we solve their problem. Come back to Nigeria. Come, let's meet together in Nigeria and solve our problem. Also, we are borrowing. We are shouting about the federal. The states are borrowing. The local governments are borrowing. Me and you will still start asking ourselves, in the federal, are we safe? In the state, is here any safe? In the local government, is here any safe? You are talking about Kayatarwa market. Let me tell you, my brother. Kayatarwa market, it is the 35 or the 36 time. It has gone on fire. What are we talking about?
It's unfortunate.
We try to be protecting the unprotectable. The system is not working, my brother. It's just a matter of all for the PDP and another thing. We have been thanked, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ike Kalu. Mr. Ike Kalu is very emotional this morning. It is worth being emotional, looking at your country that you don't have another country outside Nigeria, and then Nigeria is not working despite the fact that we as citizens are putting in our inputs to make it work to the best of our ability. Good morning,
Mr. Pedro.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. This is Adewumi from Bokiro.
Good morning, Mr. Adewumi.
Thank you. Thank you. God continue to bless you for your good work.
God bless you too,
I
sir.
greet the barristers in the studio. You see, my take this money very simple. Why is it at the Senate? Only the eyes only have it for borrowing. So if the things that concern the masses, the eyes don't have it, using that hammer and saying the eyes have it. It's a major challenge to Nigerians now. I think Nigeria needs proper accountability and transparency. You see, Mr. President, the major reason I'm saying this is this. The president removed fuel subsidy in the name that the borrowing that the past administration have collected is too much. So what are we getting now? Then what is the effect of removing the fuel subsidy? Everything that we've been benefiting before has been removed. And in the aspect of electricity, where we used to have 29.1, it was now reduced to 4 units. And then where is the money going to? What did this present administration want to squeeze out of Nigerians? Because Nigerians are really going through a lot. Nigerians cannot feed people, even the humanitarian minister now that was appointed, Professor Nesta Wejidwada. I think that ministry has been signed. Honestly speaking, Mr. Pedro, because we have not been seeing anything in the aspect of even reducing the poverty in the nation. And I begin to see some women feeling some palliative women are so cold that were being given to the masses. See, if that following is meant for the masses, it would have been better. The other day I said how much will be going to the humanitarian and poverty and education ministry. How much will be going into the educational sector? Because presently now most Nigerians cannot go to school. And still here the borrowing is not stop. They are still continuing to accumulate the debt of Nigerians. And when President Obasanjo is saying that the government is not working and a lot of things is going on, they begin to do against the president begin to do against Obasanjo. Is this how Obasanjo sees his own government? And this he was able to even clear some of our foreign debts and some of our debts were being forgiven. So this present administration, in the aspect that they have even paid subsidy is gone. In line with the borrowing, I think Nigerians are not happy. Honestly speaking, and I think we are having a rubber stamp as in the Senate. Because if not, everything that comes to you is everything because we must begin to see and stamp everything. Can we see a time of the time of Buhari and Saraki, where I see some things in common and they can achieve? See that what is the major reason for this borrowing? I think they may have stood up and fought for the country, but see, they are against it because it's coming out for the masses. I think that supposed to benefit the masses is not coming from the Senate House. You see, a lot needs to be done. A lot needs to be done. Increasing the minimum wage to 70,000 naira has not changed anything. Nigerians are physically complaining. Things are not working. They are not seeing price of food items coming down. And see here, the going is still accumulating. So we don't know. We don't just know what is happening in this nation presently. We don't know where these agency governments are leading us to. Because honestly speaking, Nigerians are not just happy. They are not seeing the positive impact of the renewal that the president promised. And on the other hand, I want to sympathize with those at Katako. You see, the Katako market, let's be sincere with ourselves. I think there is supposed to be more development in Katako market. When you go to Katako market, Mr. President, you will see that even as a security, going to that market is a problem.
True.
In the Katako market.
True, very true.
Honestly, you see, when you go there, you see some crops of wires. Wires very close to their shop. I think those type of things are supposed to be addressed. You see, Amatan is addressing a little fire can even just make escalate and at least begin to catch up so many shops. So that Katako market needs to be addressed. And there is a police station opposite the Katako market. Why is it difficult for us to have the fire service inside that police station?
Even if it is just a van.
You understand? Because of the nature of the things that are happening. So I think if the government, present administration can help us, even build some structures in the Katako market. Because even that, the shops around here are just so cluster. You see cluster shops, they are very close to one another, which is not good. I think when you go to a market, you see they are really as a unit.
Thank you.
They are even addressing it because even if the fire service to enter that market, it's very difficult because you know it's not good. Honestly,
thank you, Mr. Adewumi.
I feel things to change for good. Honestly speaking, Nigerians are not happy with this present administration. We are not seeing dividends of democracy as Nigerians are not seeing the protest as common.
Thank you, Mr. Adewumi.
About the protest. So are we in a state of dictatorship? I think our leaders must do the right thing before things get out of hand. Thank you, and God continue to bless you for your video.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adewumi. Thank you. We'll take some few comments on the social media. Mr. Adewumi, this morning, I can understand that a lot of people that are calling in Mr. Adewumi, Mr. Jutsad, the condition is becoming pathetic, and then it is showing in our emotions. But then let's keep showing our patriotism by contributing to the process of governance. This thing that we're doing, calling in to give our input and support, and then complaints will go a long way at the long run. On social media, Jibrin Dawai Ezalo has this to say. He says, "Good morning, Mr. Pedro and other guests in the studio. I'm watching you live in Zalo. God bless you," by Jibrin Dawai Zalo. Ms. Muhammad Tajuddin says, "Good morning, gentlemen in the studio, and special greetings to Barrister Zaruma. Thank you for the good work you are doing in the studio. God bless Nigeria, God bless Plateau State, and God bless us all." Muhammad Tajuddin from Naraguta. Thank you, Muhammad from Naraguta. Thank you for that comment on Facebook. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Benedict. I was looking forward to your call. Yes, I was looking forward to your call, Mr. Benedict.
Thank you very much. As we don't have much time on the program again, but I want to state something concerning the consistent and continuous borrowing from by the federal government, from IMF, from Chinese government, and sometimes from the World Bank. You see, Nigeria government will borrow, and they will increase the taxes they are imposing on Nigerians so that they can be able to pay back this particular loan and be able to service this loan. Meanwhile, the common Nigerian out there, the man that is struggling to receive 70,000 naira that cannot even take him home, there's no fee, there's no loan. It was not also impacted by the same loans that are collected by the federal government. Okay, are you there?
I'm here, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, if you look at Nigerians, having been engulfed with this enormous amount of money with various loans, all the way from the time of Jonathan till now, because they already inherited some loans, foreign loans from the Jonathan government, and then I showed the Bola Tinubu's Excellency also inherited from Buhari. You now ask yourself, the whole of the money borrowed by Buhari, is it not enough to be able to fix infrastructure in this country?
Of course.
If Nigeria is highly invested with this huge amount of money from the foreign loan and from local loans, should we really stop talking about failure in collapse in a national grid? Is it also right to be talking about dilapidated goods, infrastructure in Nigeria? Are we also going to be struggling with the issue of transportation in this country, whether by rail, whether by land, whether by air?
Not at all.
Should Nigerian education system in this kind of situation where it is now?
It should be better.
Should we also be talking about the leaders are collecting amount of money on behalf of Nigeria that Nigerians are going to pay by taxes and so many other means? Now, and we are still talking about that the leaders are also not treating themselves in Nigeria. Should we also be talking about the change in the health sector in Nigeria? Having this kind of loans on us? Shall we also be talking about insecurity? Shall Nigeria be talking about hunger in their own land, having this kind of loan on them? America is the highest country in the world today that is paying. So you can see that the system of security is already impacted 100% in America. You can see that the issue of education Nigerians are already there. Even the money they generated from foreigners, they are using to determine their loans. I'm talking about American government. They are not even talking about anything power again. The issue of power has been forgotten in so long that the United States is concerned. And they are the people that have been collecting loans. So it tells you that the loans the Americans are collecting, because that is what that the Nigerian government, Nigerian officials are going to tell you that America has been collecting loans. Now, the loans the Americans have been collecting is also impacting positively in the life of Americans. So if you are paying tax in America, your taxes is working for you. So tell me, if Nigerians are paying
Oh, I lost that call. I lost that call from Mr. Benedict. He was making a beautiful input. Okay, this one says, good morning, Mr. Pedro, Barrister Paul Zaruma. My sincere condolence to you for the for the great loss of colleague. May his gentle soul rest in peace. Also, His Excellency Barrister Caleb Mufam, Plateau State, is so kind and sympathetic to people by quick response to release government house vehicle to rescue Laronto Market. Thank you, Ismail from Jos. This one says, good morning, Mike Pedro and Barrister. It is a pity that President Tinubu is borrowing 1.67 trillion naira again, and one of the sectors of agencies and none of the sectors or agency is developing. They kept on borrowing and looting and the people are the ones suffering. The last government was lost in borrowing, but this government seems to be very, very worst. For how long will they keep borrowing? Only God will save this country, as the money borrowed will end up in their pocket. My regards to Kulbi and the Prof. Emmy Longs. Kulbi is answering. In fact, Kulbi asked me to greet you, the listeners, this morning. He's sending his regards to you. Good morning, Mr. Pedro and the guest Barrister P. Zaruma. I just want to commend Honorable Dan Amana Sunday Mark for his wonderful gesture that he's doing for the good people of Jos Northwest. We like his leadership style of government. In our constituency, we say thank you, sir. And we still pray that God Almighty will continue to give him wisdom to lead us in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless Dr. Nentawe, Festus Fonta, R.I.P., Abdullahi Rokiboy, Boniface Lalong, Nentawe Jikam Baba from Angwang Gada. Let's live in peace. We are one big family. Then this one says, good morning, Barrister PZ and MP. I am weak, shocked, and still thinking this is a dream. We are in pain and sad of what happened at Katako Market. What a tragedy. Don't be scared of disappointment, as lots of success have evolved out of some very sad state. May God protect any calamity. May He decree His mercy on us, Hassan G. Unfortunately, I will not be able to take more calls as we are running out of time. We'll be back here, same time, same station tomorrow morning. Whatever you have to say that you're not able to say this morning, I'm so sorry. I would have loved to really hear you say them, because it is your place to say them. It is the channel for you to say them, believing that the appropriate authorities are out there listening to you. But unfortunately, due to time constraints, we will not be able to take your calls or any more calls this morning. But please do well to call in tomorrow and give in your input. Even if it is what you will have to say about the program today, you can still call in and say it tomorrow, considering the fact that you were not able to say it today. I will be signing out to this moment, but I will be leaving you with these few words. As you go about your business this morning, like I will say as usual, ensure that you touch somebody's life positively in the little way that you can. And in all that you're going to do, remember to keep hope alive, because only that way can you keep moving and forging ahead. What you seem to want and you've not had access to is still in front of you. As you keep going, God is going to give you access to it, and it will become history, because where you are today was once your dream. Today you are here, it is a testimony. That thing that you're looking for, you're so going to achieve it if you keep forging ahead. God bless you, and may you have the best of today. I will be back here I'll be back right here tomorrow, same time, same station. God bless you. Stay safe.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead.